How to raise a son and survive their 12th year. I had a homeschool mom reach out to me yesterday, and her words in her email were written in tears. I'm confident that if it was paper, that her tears would have put holes in the paper. She is struggling with her 12-year-old son right now for many reasons. He's got lots of attitude and causing her lots of issues. And I wanted to shoot a video just to talk about this special age of 12 years. Now, I'm going to let you know that I'm going to talk about boys. I'm sure girls have their things too. But in my house, I have 5 sons that way, 5 sons. So my scientific data is all because I'm a mom of boys. I remember the concept of a 12-year-old boy being introduced to me when I was teaching in a classroom a million years ago. And I commented to my co-teacher that the boys were just like, I was like, they're frustrated, they're crying over nothing, and they're mad the next second. And she goes, "Oh, they're just 12." And I went, "What?" She goes, "They're 12. There's a thing when boys are 12, the hormones hit them and things just start flying." So what do you do when you have a 12-year-old boy? So I'm going to start, this video is going to be pretty short because I have a homeschool chat that I'm doing in a few minutes. But my best advice for when you are dealing with raising a 12-year-old boy is to watch the short clip from Captain America. And when you follow the link in the descriptions, it'll say something about 12-year-old boys. Click there. About halfway down the page, you'll see that scene about Captain Rogers being transformed in Captain America. This is such an amazing picture of what's happening to our boys when they're going through that rush of hormones. When you watch this video, first I want you to watch it all by yourself, and then I want you to watch it again with your boy. There's a reason inside this scene, and the most important thing is that when you're watching this scene, it's not you, it's not your husband, it's not your son. You're watching this thing, and then you can talk about what's going on. So watch it first and identify the mom figure, the dad figure, and the 12-year-old boy figure. I'll give you a couple hints. The 12-year-old boy is the wimpy Captain Rogers as he's getting strapped into the machine. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this movie, Captain Rogers will be transformed into one of the Avengers and goes on to be this superhero. But he starts as this wimpy kid with this huge heart that he wants to serve, he wants to help, he's brave, but his body just isn't up. So they strap him into this machine and they start infusing him with all of the juice that's going to transform his body. And a lot happens in this short little scene. It's like 3 minutes long, 3.5 minutes long. Captain America, so the stuff starts to go into his system, and you'll see that it hurts. And you'll see that sparks start flying and things just goes crazy. Pay attention, because the mom figure in this scene starts screaming, basically. She's yelling, "Turn it off, turn it off." She tries to save him. She tries to get the machine to turn down. The kid in the machine is like, "No, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it." Finally, at the end, poof, this thing opens up and out comes the iconic Captain America. He's been transformed from the wimpy kid to this beastly soldier guy. And the dad figure, forgive the swear word, but he does swear and he's like, "I knew he could do it." Mama, you need to watch this scene many times until you get it. Your boy, at about that 12-year-old phase, starts to get flooded with hormones because his body needs to change. His voice is going to change. His odor is going to change. His muscle structure is going to change. Everything about him is going to change. But those hormones cause things to short It causes sparks to fly. It causes tears and frustration and confusion and anger and rage. These things are, it's not that they're good, but it's part of the journey. And they need to know that they need to know what the goal is on the other side. Manhood is on the other side. So you need to be able to watch this through the eyes of, okay, this is what's happening to my son. I am going to want to save him. He does not want to be saved. He wants to become a man. And we can't, as moms, hold our boys back into boyhood and slow that process of them becoming a man. We need to let them kind of go through it. At the end, this is stereotypical family roles. So stereotypically, the mom is like, "Oh, save my little boy." The boy's like, "Let me go. Let me just become a man." And the dad's like, "By golly, just suck it up and do it." Very stereotypical. I want you to watch this with your boy, but I want you to feed him. And I want you to say, "Hey, I found a video clip that is going to, it shows you in beautiful detail what's going on right now. Give me 4 minutes of your life." Ready? So you feed him something and then you say, "But before you watch it, I want you to pay attention to everything that's going on in the scene. Look for Captain Rogers, look for the mom figure and see if you can see what the dad figure is doing. And be warned, he's going to say a bad word." Okay? Then watch the scene. When you turn it off, you say something like, "That's exactly what's going on in your body right now. You are in the process. You are strapped into the machine to become a man. You have all these hormones flowing, and things are going to be confusing. It may hurt at some time, as sometimes you and I may not see eye to eye. I may want to save you from something that you don't need saving from. But I want you to hold fast to the goal. The goal on the other side is for you to become the godly man that you are created to be. Okay? And it's a process. On the other side, just like when that machine opens up and out comes Captain America, there will be a moment, a day on the other side that you will look in the mirror and you will realize that you are now physically a man as well. But just like in Captain America, the mom figure in a different part of the movie tells him, even if you change, don't change. Be the same great guy. So your mom is telling you, as you're watching this with your son, watching the clip with your son, I want you to hold true to who you are. I want you to hold true to your faith, to your family, be true to yourself. You don't need to be like the kids that you see in the movies, the kids that you see on shows. You don't have to be like the kids that are at the local schools or wherever. You can be respectful. You can be kind. You can be diligent and disciplined and strong and sensitive. All these things are welcome here. So does that make sense? So watch that scene with about Captain America with your son and let them get that visual of what it means in their life to be transformed. Now, if your 12-year-old is out of control because they just are their emotions are running, I want to leave you with a couple things that you can do with your out of control 12-year-old. The ones that are not like throwing stuff at you, but that are giving you serious attitude. Okay. It's really important that they understand this season of life is truly that transforming season. So important that they understand that because it's really overwhelming and confusing, right? And they need to know that it's normal to be overwhelmed. It's normal to feel like, wow, I can't control any of this. Like, that's a normal thing. And confusion often pricks our pride. And this is a very tender spot for boys in particular, girls too, but boys in particular. If they get confused, and they think that they shouldn't be confused because they're the masters of everything. They're the professional know-it-alls, right? So if they get confused, it pricks their pride, and pride will bring up the uglier emotions that are deep inside. And it, depending on your son's personality, it will manifest itself in different ways. I have 5 sons, so it manifested itself different ways. Some of my boys got angry. Some of them would get the big old Pinocchio tears and they would just weep. And some would get really quiet and fume. Anger, frustration was a big deal. And I'd always look at them and say, okay, what just happened? It looks like your pride got pricked a little bit. And we would have that conversation. And if they could just acknowledge, okay, yes, then they could gain their feet. It's okay to serve your son a cup of tea, cup of coffee, cup of soda, whatever your high value snack drink is in that house, and say, look, we need to talk about something. I've just learned some new coping skills to help you travel this next period in life. But I've kind of not held you accountable for the way that you're treating me and the way that you're treating yourself. So we're going to start over. From this day forward, if I see that you're getting confused or frustrated or sad, we're going to press a pause button. What do you want that to look like? And you and your son design, what do you do when? What do you do when he gets frustrated? What do you do when he gets confused? What do you do when he gets mad? How do you help him reset that button? Sometimes it's a little space. Sometimes it's going outside and shooting some baskets, going for a walk, or doing push ups, or planks, or laps around a field, or the dishes, or run the dog, or something. Together, when everything's hunky dory, come up with a plan so that when he gets really frustrated, he has an escape route and you can just go, okay, we need to exercise our plan right here. You just need a phrase. It's we need to exercise our plan. What's the next step? I see that you're frustrated and I understand that you're frustrated. What is the next step that we talked about? Does that make sense? So watch Captain America. Pull your son aside and apologize for not giving him the steps of what it is that he needs to do when he gets confused, when he gets frustrated, when he's overwhelmed. And then design that together and do it all with food and high value snacks because you really do get to a boy through his stomach. And that's not a bad thing. It just, a lot of times when our boys are frustrated and angry, they're really just low in blood sugar. So we just need to feed them. So I hope that makes sense. If you have boys and if you try this, I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear if this answered all of your questions or at least get you started. And if you would like to hear any more about raising sons to be champion men. So anyway, my name is Bekki with A Better Way to Homeschool. Go ahead and hit the like and the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video.